Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. It has been a long time, but we are back, and it's a match preview for Manchester United's only game for about 3 or 4 weeks, I believe. We have Sheriff Tiraspol in the Europa League. Now, of course, this is our first Europa League game. We have played one beforehand. We played against Real Sociedad. Unfortunately, we did lose that game, leaving us third in the Europa League table. Sheriff, obviously, top of their group, beating the, is it Cyprus team? 3-0. Then, obviously, Real Sociedad, as you can see, they did beat us 1-0 thanks to a Mendes penalty. And if you look at that game, if you watch that game, obviously, unfortunately, we weren't able to do a watch along on this channel as I was in America. But we played not amazing, but not terribly. We was okay. And Real Sociedad got a penalty. It was never a penalty. Lisandro Martinez was absolutely robbed when that decision was given. And it ended up costing us the 3 points. Realistically, we shouldn't have lost that game. We should have at least got a point. And that point obviously would have still kept us, well, would have put us second. But it's not the end of the world. Look, we should beat Sheriff. Sheriff, look, they're from Moldova. Their league isn't that strong. Yes, they've put up a good fight against the likes of Real Madrid in the Champions League last year, but we should be beating Sheriff quite easily. Let's all be realistic about that. Now, of course, with the Europa League this year, it works slightly differently to the Champions League and other kind of group competitions that we're all used to. So essentially how it works is, as you can see down there, so the team that comes first qualifies automatically for the round of 16. Essentially meaning they progress an extra round from the team that finishes second. The team that comes second goes into the round of 32, where they meet the teams that drop down from the Champions League. And then, if you finish third, you get the Europa Conference, and then you fourth, you're out of Europe. So, as it currently stands, United will be going into the Europa Conference League. Don't worry about that. But come the end of the group, we've obviously still got 5 games to go. We'll be top of that group, I have no doubt. But, like I said, we haven't done one of these previews for a while. We haven't done a watch along for a while, so we'll go through the games we've missed. Well, I've been away. So, of course, we did first play Leicester City, where we did beat them 1-0. Jadon Sancho scoring a very, very nice goal, rounding Danny Ward, if I remember correctly. We did then play Arsenal, in which we won 3-1. Anthony getting his debut goal in a very, very good performance. We played on the counter-attack. Mikel Arteta's team were the better side for the majority of it, but United played our game. We didn't overload. We kind of sat there. We defended well. We didn't counter-attack, but at the same time, we didn't go all guns blazing. It was a very calculated performance from Erik ten Hag and this Manchester United team. And eventually, when Arsenal did kind of go all guns ho, bringing on, I think, was it Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, and somebody else. Probably, was it Nketiah? All 3 of them at once. That's when Arsenal lost this game, and that's when we obviously scored this second and third through Marcus Rashford. Now, talking about this game, obviously, Sheriff, they did win their last game in the group against Omonia. We should be beating them, shouldn't we? I don't know anything really about Sheriff, but that they play in Moldova. So, the type of team I expect to see, I have no idea. I'm going to be quite frank with you. The same will go with Ammonia. I have no idea what they're all about. But I can almost guarantee they will try and play on the counter-attack. They will defend. They won't try and go toe-to-toe with us because they're not stupid. They will they'll come out to play defensive football, make sure they stay in the game. That will be their kind of I guess, mission of the game. And if they can then steal something, that's what they'll try and do. Do I think they will? No, I don't. Moving on into team news. Obviously, like I said, I don't know anything about Sheriff, so I haven't got any team news for Sheriff, unfortunately. However, I do have team news for Manchester United, and it is this. So, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Wan-Bissaka, and Donny van der Beek are all out of this game. None of these guys have travelled with the squad. Martial is due to his Achilles injuries, and I'm not 100% sure the reasons for Rashford, Wan-Bissaka, and Donny van der Beek. Obviously, they weren't on the bench in our last game, which was against Real Sociedad. I believe Wan-Bissaka is personal reasons. Obviously, he posted that Instagram story, about rest in peace, I believe it was. So I assume that's why Wan-Bissaka's out. Donny van der Beek, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a slight injury. Same with Rashford, I think it's a muscle injury. While we know, of course, Anthony Martial is out with that Achilles injury. Now, if you look at this squad, this is the group of players that have travelled to the Moldovan capital to face Sheriff Tiraspol today. Well, tomorrow, I should say. So it's David De Gea, it's Tom Heaton, and it's youngster Vitek. Defenders-wise, we've got Diego Dalot, we've got Victor Lindelof, we've got Harry Maguire, Rafael Varane, Lissandro Martinez, Tyrell Malacia, and Luke Shaw, with a midfield of Casemiro, Scott McTominay, Fred, Zidane Iqbal, Christian Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes, with Anthony, Jadon Sancho, Anthony Elanga, Garnacho, Charlie McNeil, and Cristiano Ronaldo as our forward options for this game. Now, with all that in mind, with that group, with that squad, who do I think Erik ten Hag will go with in today's game? I think we'll see this. I think he'll go with De Gea in goal. I don't think there's any doubt De Gea will be in goal, with the fact Martin Dubravka's not even in the squad. Dalot will almost certainly play right back. We don't have anyone else to play right back. Varane, Lissandro Martinez, sorry, not Lindelof, and Tyrell Malacia. I do think we go full strength in this game, to be honest. We don't have Leeds on the weekend anymore due to that game being postponed. We didn't play against Crystal Palace. This group of players haven't played in over a week. Play your first team, and let's make sure you get this win going into into some time off. Get these players playing. And kind of get 3 points on the board, because we missed out on 3. We missed out on even 1 against Real Sociedad, so we need to get 3 today. McTominay and Christian Eriksen is who I believe Erik ten Hag will go with in midfield. McTominay, look, is he good enough? No, he's not. I don't think that's really an unpopular opinion. Does that mean he's not playing well? No, I think he is playing fairly well, to be fair. I'm a big critic of Scott McTominay, but when he's playing well, I do want to say he's playing well. So fair play to him. He's playing well, and in that sense, I do think Erik ten Hag will stick with him. Then moving into that front line, I think this kind of picks itself. You might see Anthony Elanga start over Sancho or Anthony, but Cristiano Ronaldo will almost certainly start up top, with Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial being injured. I don't see him dropping Anthony, and if Sancho's fit, surely he plays. And then obviously Bruno Fernandes, if Christian Eriksen's playing that deeper role, it means Bruno Fernandes almost certainly has to play that number 10 role, unless you kind of see maybe a Sancho moving into that 10 role and Elanga start on the left, which I don't see happening. Looking at my team prediction, it's actually almost identical, aside from the fact I would start Casemiro. Was Casemiro unbelievable on his debut against Real Sociedad? No, I don't think he was. A lot of poor passes, a lot of sloppy passes. However, sooner rather than later, Casemiro has to be integrated into this first team. He has to be playing regularly. And I think against a Sheriff Tiraspol, no offence to them, they're not the greatest team in the world. They're a team that we expect to beat. And as such, it's a great opportunity to get him in that midfield alongside a Christian Eriksen. And let's see how well they get on. And let's kind of see not Christian Eriksen, Casemiro slowly but surely become that first team player next to Christian Eriksen, like we all know he should be. Now, ideally, we would have a Donny van de Beek to come on off the bench and Anthony Martial to start up top. We don't, but you look at that team, I don't see a world in which that team can lose to Tiraspol. Again, this is Sheriff Tiraspol from Moldova. We've got, what, 70 million euros, Anthony and Sancho. About 60 for Bruno, wasn't it? Ronaldo, we got Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best paid players in the world. Casemiro, one of the most expensive midfielders of all time. Same with Lisandro Martinez and defenders. Like, this is a very, very expensive and very, very good squad. Regardless of how good Sheriff Tiraspol are, United have to win this game and we have to be convincing in it. But do I think we will win it? And do I think we will win convincingly? Well, I kind of mentioned it earlier. I do. I don't see a world in which this Manchester United team don't kind of walk over this Sheriff team. And that's no offence to Sheriff. They're just not on our level. We've got a great squad. We've got a great manager. And this is a perfect opportunity to show both of those things off and win this game for Manchester United. We've got to win it. We've got to make it convincing, in my opinion. I'm going to go for a 3-0. A comfortable 3-0 Manchester United win in Moldova. Now, if you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do let me know in the comment section down below what you've made of this preview, what your score predictions are, and maybe even let me know what your starting 11 for this game will be. Anyway, thank you all for watching. There is a watch along, of course, for this game tomorrow. Details are on my side. The stream will start at 5:20, with kickoff being 25 minutes later at 5:45. So we are part of the early Europa League kickoffs. So please do tune in for that. Anyway, like I said, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.